Behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, the globalists have stated on record. Lately, they've said that depression is great. George Soros has said he's having the best time of his life. He's having a great depression. This is the culmination of his life, that we live too well and that they've got to teach us to be more frugal. Well, how about they become more frugal? You know, it's always Oprah Winfrey and Al Gore, and the rest of them have their own private jets, and Al Gore literally owns Occidental Petroleum, one of the, in the top 20 oil companies out there. The guy's fabulously wealthy. And, you know, the heir to the Arm & Hammer fortune, it was given all to his dad, the senator, and then to him, Albert Gore Sr. And we just need to commit to ourselves to fight these people. I mean, we can't sit here and suck our thumbs and be distracted and diverted like we're a bunch of children where, you know, the emperor has no clothes and the little kid steps forward and says the emperor's butt naked, and then the emperor's agents turn to the little 4-year-old saying the emperor has no clothes, and they say, no, you're a government agent, little boy. It isn't about the little boy. Let's just say the little boy is a government agent. He's evil. But why would he be exposing the emperor? But let's just be mentally ill. Let's just say the little boy exposing the emperor is bad. I'm bad. I'm bad. But can you look with your own eyeballs and see if the emperor's butt naked or not? I mean, you know, I understand. I'm bad. Let's just end that argument now, because my goal is to defeat the New World Order. So let's just say I'm bad. I'm everything bad. Everything bad in the universe emanates from me. It's not true, but let's just say it. Now, can we address the New World Order? Can we address what it's doing and what it's up to and what's happening? Let's go to calls. All right, I'm out of control here. George and Maston, Steve, Josh, Tim, David, others. Go ahead. You're on the air, George.
Hello, Alex.
Hi.
Hello, Alex.
Yes.
Hi. Getting back to weeding out the good and bad military, I got a friend that did Black Ops over 30 years ago, and I wanted to share with the listeners a couple things he told me. Back in the 80s, the military issued a memo to all officers asking if they had a problem putting a gun to civilians' heads and pulling the trigger. He said that if they didn't answer yes, that their career was over as they knew it. And number two, that he still has friends in active duty that told him that a whole boatload of microchips had just recently come into the country. And I asked him if they were just for kids. He said no, for everybody. God bless you.
All right. God bless you. Anything else, sir?
That's it.
No, I mean, this is on record. This is not a secret that special forces, especially the Delta Force, when they graduate or they've done the physical stuff, they've done the survival training, they've, you know, gone through all these levels. They're then given Machiavelli's book, The Prince, which says the end justifies the means. So you got to do evil to protect good. You got to stage terror attacks to beat the bad guys, because you're still the good guys. And you've got to, you know, do all these horrible things. It's kind of a play on what Churchill said about the truth must be guarded by a bodyguard of lies. But really, once you've played that little mind game, those are just evil people that are manipulating folks who would be somewhat good to start down the road to the dark side. You know, that you're going to get this power and be evil and do these bad things for the greater good, because the enemy doesn't follow the rules. So we got to break all the rules too, so we're on an even playing field. You know, you got that soldier, and they're already on such a power trip and so committed to this that they say, yes, they'll do it. But a lot of them say no. And, you know, they start them out doing a lot of just regular missions, and then, you know, by the time they've been, say, an Army officer, not even Special Forces, just an Army officer, they say, okay, we want to recruit you, Captain, into the Central Intelligence Agency. And we want you to do this with this agent and to work with organized crime, say in Chicago. This is a true story. And then the individual goes and they're dealing drugs in Chicago. In that case, they said they couldn't do it and left. And their career in intelligence was over. But, I mean, the government runs the major prostitution, folks. The ones they don't run, they bust. They run the cocaine. They run the heroin. They run the ecstasy. They run it all, except methamphetamine and marijuana, and that's why they wage war against those. And methamphetamine is bad for you because it'll burn you out, even if it's pharmaceutical grade. But the stuff people use on the street, because it's illegal, because it's made in back rooms with chemicals. Well, to be technical, I shouldn't digress. They control the sub-ingredients to methamphetamine. And so people can't get those, so they have to take, instead of 2 or 3 ingredients, they got to have 10, 15 ingredients. And these people, most of them, aren't chemists, or they don't have the proper tools. Even if they did, it was hard to do. They don't separate all the poison out. They don't separate all the chemicals out and get what they need. So you're using methamphetamine, you're out of your minds. If you're using bathtub, basement methamphetamine, I mean, you are out of your minds. I mean, you use the pharmaceutical stuff, you end up like Elvis. Or John F. Kennedy was on it as well. You use the street stuff, you're out of your mind. That stuff kills those people so fast their teeth falls out. They're basically zombies running around wanting more methamphetamine, because you might as well just drink Drano, folks. It is so bad. Just a public service announcement there right there for you. But that's why they go after marijuana and methamphetamine so bad, because they don't control it. And so that's how they corrupt these people into their systems. And they pick up people for left-wing ideologies, and they work within left-wing systems to carry out the New World Order for when the left's in power. And then they infiltrate the right and try to take over those groups to control that. And the globalists are masters at getting good people to join them by believing a false narrative that they're given. Okay, let's go to Steve in Chicago. Then we'll go to Josh, Tim, Dave, and others. Go ahead. You're on the air, Steve.
Well, first off, I want to talk about that sheriff there that evicted that woman. You have to know that he was the one that was involved in "I'll arrest you if you don't vote for Obama." He's a maniac. But that's not the reason.
Hold on. Hold on, sir. Do you know that?
Yeah, it's right on the. He's called Glenn Boyer. Wait a
minute.
White House black op.
Hold on. You just reminded me. I believe the sheriff of Jefferson County is in those newscasts. I think you're right. In fact, guys, did you ever find the one about they'll arrest you in Missouri if you criticize Obama? You didn't find that? And we've played it many times. John, do you have it? Find it for me, and then send it to the guys. They didn't have any luck. Okay, sir. Are you saying, Steve, you confirmed this?
Yes, I did. It's been all over the press. You see, this is a White House black op. You know what I'm saying? This guy, he's having his strings pulled by Obama. And he said if you didn't vote, there'd be arrests and intimidation. And so this is what happens.
No, I mean, I know a bunch of Missouri officials, including the sheriff that city's in. I haven't confirmed if it's Glenn. I'm not saying you're lying. I just have to confirm
Oliver this. Glenn is like his nickname, Oliver Glenn Boyer, Boyer.
So you know all about him.
Well, I've heard about him. He's disreputable. He's not one of us. He's working for the big companies in Obama, the industrialists, bankers, international bankers.
Well, no, I know that Obama's taking over all the local governments and communities. I mean, Bush helped build it for him, and now it's going to jump level. It's like, they built the platform, and then Obama's launching the system. And they really are federalizing everything. They really are getting GPS readings, everybody's doors. They really are. Can you believe that they've introduced bills to ban anybody that when government just lists you as an extremist, you can't own guns anymore? I mean, they've actually are trying it while saying on the news, there's no new gun bills. There's no new gun bills. So everybody stands down while they try to pass it.
I just think this should be exposed because now you see who's pulling the strings.
Well, it's driving me crazy. I didn't put this in the Obama deception. I mean, I could have made it even worse, but people wouldn't believe it about how they were intimidating people. But it's going to be in the new film because they're still intimidating people. And I have no doubt it's the White House that's got our YouTube channels and other channels being shut down en masse. I appreciate your call, Steve. The reason I know that is it's been in the press that they keep calling small compared to us. People with a few million views compared to our tens and tens and tens of millions. To the White House telling them, this is disturbing what you're doing. I don't want you to do these blogs. And the White House has their own YouTube channel. They're obsessed with YouTube. He does YouTube-only transmissions. I mean, they know that's the future. And we have just gone so viral on YouTube especially that they are censoring us, and that's coming up next hour. I promise to get to your calls right now, but this is driving me crazy. There's a bunch of newscasts out of Kansas. It was linked on Drudge Report. It made national news. Let me think of the exact headline. Hold on. This is a good exercise we do on air because it gets listeners to go look it up for themselves. It was... oh, man, it's driving me crazy. I can't remember the exact headline. John, no luck, no dice. This was just, I mean, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com wrote stories about it. We covered it ad nauseum. Man, it drives me crazy. Let's go ahead and take another call here. Let's talk to Josh in Oklahoma. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm one of listeners that saw your videos on YouTube, and so just kind of been awake in the last couple of months. One topic I've never heard you address is